do a roll call to make sure that we have a quorum of the Planning Commission. Marisa, you're here. Yes. Mickey's here. Barry, you're here.
Present.
Okay. Carl Cook.
Yes.
Excellent. We do have a quorum. Hasem Sakar. Well, we have 4 of the 7. That is a quorum. Let's go ahead and begin. Well, but before we begin, a couple of housekeeping items. Again, we repeat this to you that to minimize the potential spread of COVID-19, and as authorized by Utah Governor Gary Herbert's March 18th, 2020 executive order, now therefore I, Mickey Cochran, as chairman of the Orem City Planning Commission, make the following determinations. Under current conditions, conducting an Orem City Planning Commission meeting with an anchor location presents a substantial risk to the health and safety of those who may be present at the anchor location. This determination is based on the facts that 1, COVID-19 is a worldwide pandemic threatening the health and safety of the residents of Orem. 2, the state of Utah has determined that people should maintain social distancing of at least 6 feet to help mitigate the spread of COVID-19. And 3, the city of Orem cannot maintain appropriate social distancing if Planning Commission members and or the public convene at the usual anchor location, the Orem City Council chambers. So with that out of the way, just to remind everybody, if you have a comment or that the meeting may be viewed at orem.org/meetings or on the Orem City's YouTube channel, which is by far better. The other is that if you have any comments you would like to make, there is a public hearing portion of this, but if anybody would like to make a comment on anything that's on the agenda, if you would go to orem.org/comments, make that comment now or during the course of the meeting. And before we read any comments that have come and address those comments, we will pause at least 90 seconds to accommodate the delay in the video broadcast so that we don't miss anything too. And we would ask anyone who is commenting at any time if they would please state their name before the comment or the questions or making and recording motions. So we thank you for that. Our applicants are here this evening, and we will ask them to introduce themselves during the course of each item. So here we go. We have asked Barry Roberts if he would do the invocation for tonight's Planning Commission. So Barry, if you would, please.
Okay. Our Father in heaven, we are so grateful to be gathered here virtually as the Planning Commission, and we am city employees, and we ask thee to watch over us this evening. Please help us to have thy spirit with us and to make good decisions and to do what thou would have us to do and follow the promptings of thy spirit, and to please bless us with the spirit of cooperation. And we pray for these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Barry. Also, just before we begin item 3.1, which is right there, as you know, the state of Utah today lifted all of the state mandates concerning the COVID-19 pandemic, and we will see what eventually occurs, whether or not in the near future we will be meeting at our anchor location site or not. We look forward to the time when everything is lifted and people are back to our normal sanity, which may be questioned by others. So Cheryl, you're making the presentation on item 3.1, please.
Mickey, this is Terry. Just a comment. The
Terry,
City
hi.
Council will be starting to meet live on the 25th of May.
Sweet. I'll make sure I'm there. I'll bring cookies.
Okay.
So Mickey, to add on to what Councilman Peterson shared with you, our plan is to go live with Planning Commission right after the first meeting after the City Council.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Cheryl, please.
All right, item 3.1.
is a site plan approval for Swig University Parkway, located about 76 East University Parkway. It's in the PD5 zone. This will give you an idea of where it's located between Chili's and El Pollo Loco, or where it will be located. This is a demolition plan to show the parking spaces that they will remove. And this is the site plan. And the proposed building will meet all the material requirements for the PD5 zone. The zone also requires that there be 1,059 parking stalls for the entire shopping complex. They have provided a new parking plan, and they have 1,067 parking stalls, so they more than meet that requirement. On the far west side, you can see something that says future 4,000 square feet. That has been reduced from 5,000 square feet, which gave it more parking and more space for other development in the zone. The PD5 zone requires City Council approval. So the Planning Commission will be making a recommendation to City Council. I don't know if I said this is going to be a Swig, which is a soda shop. It will be a completely new building that will be built in the current parking lot. And this shows what it looks like now. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission forward a positive recommendation to the City Council. Does anyone have any questions?
Commission? Do you have any comments, or? I think we have the applicant with us, do we not? Or do we?
Yes, my name is Cass Tenney. I'm from Savory Management. We represent Swig and Sweets, and I'm the applicant.
All right, Cass, do you have anything that you would like to add to what Cheryl has presented?
I don't think so. We worked with the staff to get to the point we are. The biggest issue was the parking requirements. So we went out and redrew the whole center to make sure that we accommodated that all the parking requirements. And like Cheryl said, we were able to get all the necessary parking spaces that are needed. I will say one concern that just as we've been developing these in other cities across Utah is the number of cars stacking in the queue line. So something that we just like to reiterate is that we use the line busters, which are the employees out in the line, like Chick-fil-A, taking the orders on iPads. And currently our time at the drive-through window is under a minute. So the cars are pretty much never stop moving through the line, and it's pretty remarkable how fast they go. So we feel confident that we won't be creating a traffic hazard or anything for the rest of the center, that it will move the cars quickly through the line.
Thank you, Cass. Appreciate that. Do we have any comments from the commission now, or any questions? Are we just using that one lane in between those two parking, between those two rows of parking? That's your sole lane that goes for the drive-through?
Correct.
Okay. And your efficiency is such that there probably will not create a bottleneck whatsoever?
Yes, we believe so. And actually, the pickup window is there's another car that can fit in that
Yes.
map. The pickup window's at the end of the building, or the page south side of the building.
Okay. Well, there doesn't appear to be any comments or questions from the commission members. So I appreciate the presentation, both by Cheryl and Cass, your addition there. And we will move it to the commission then for a motion.
Mickey, I just have a question. This is Carl.
Yes, Carl.
The recommendation there shows the condition that the long-term stormwater management plan is completed and approved. Has that been done?
It has been submitted. It was submitted this morning, but I haven't heard back from Matt Peterson, who is the city staff who would be reviewing that as to whether it was approved or not. So once he approves it, then, and I don't know where it is in the process with him. I know that it has been submitted to him for review this morning.
And is that with drainage then from their site to a central drainage location? Is that what was that the consideration?
They just have to provide a plan that shows what they're going to do long-term. And we're thinking that by the time this goes to city council on the 25th, this will be taken care of and will no longer be a condition. But since I haven't heard from Matt Peterson, we need to keep this as a condition for planning commission.
Okay.
Okay,
So we turn it back to the commission for a motion.
so I can do that.
Thank you,
This
Carl.
is Carl. I move that we forward a positive recommendation to the city council for the site plan of Swig University Parkway located at 76 East University Parkway in the PD5 zone with the condition that the long-term stormwater management plan is completed and approved prior to obtaining a building permit.
We have the motion. Could we have a second, please?
This is Barry. I'll second.
Thank you. Motion and second. Vote from the commission. Marisa?
Aye.
Carl?
Aye.
Barry?
Aye.
Haysom, if you're on? He is not. Mickey, aye. We have a quorum. It's unanimous. Thank you, Cass, for being with us tonight. We'll proceed with item number 3.2.
All right. Item 3.2 is a public hearing. It's amending Article 2253A of the zoning map by changing the zone from R8 to R75 at approximately 77-0 west, 650 south, and amending the Orem general plan by changing the designation on that same lot from low-density residential to medium-density residential. This is the location. And this is the original plat. And it's lots 5 and 6. So originally it was 2 lots. And over a period of time, we don't know when, it got made into 1 lot. So he is wanting to develop this property, or the empty lot. And because it's in the R8 zone, you have to have a minimum of 8,000 square feet along the frontage. And in order to do that, he would have to tear down part of a existing house. So he doesn't want to do that. There's also an exception in the ordinance but because this lot, both of these lots are platted, it doesn't meet that exception. So he has to go for the rezone. The general plan designates this and surrounding properties as low density. If we go to the R75, it would no longer be low density, it would be medium density.
Yeah.
And they had a neighborhood meeting, and they had 12 individuals attending those meetings. There were a couple that didn't want the rezone, and there were some that wanted it. So there's a mix of for and against on this one.
Now,
So the size of the lot has to be a minimum of 8,000 square feet. I mean, I'm sorry, 7,500 square feet in the R75 zone, which this one meets. So this shows where it is. The existing is in the upper left, is all low density. And then we have this one lot that will be medium density. And then this is in the zoning for R8 and R75. So there is, you can see R75 not too far. This is what the street view looks like. So we're talking about this lot with the flagpole on it. So Mickey, did you have a question?
well, it says that the lot size, if this goes through and we change it, his lot size is still over 8,000 square feet. It's just the frontage of the lot that is that allows us or that requires a change to R 7.5. Is that correct?
Correct. That's correct, yes.
Okay,
That way we don't have to tear down part of the house.
sure. That was the only question I had. I see an R8 lot, but with the frontage required on an R8 lot, that we have to go to an R7.5, which, okay. Do we have, Bill, that's you, correct? You need to
Sorry.
unmute, Bill.
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
Yes, that's mine.
Now, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Probably just a little clarification. When we get done, the R75 lot is actually 8,900 square feet.
Yeah.
And the remaining lot is over 16,000 square feet. So I guess they call it medium density to put a label on it, but I can, or somebody can build as big of a house in a 2-story home. They could build as much as an 11,000 square foot home. I don't picture that happening, but it's anyway, that's where we're at. It's just a product of 60 years of evolution in the subdivision and people raising their families, and things have changed, and that's where we are now. So.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So let's turn it to the commission for comments or questions.
Yeah, this is Carl. Is there no other way around this, granting a variance or something? I look at this in the midst of a whole area of R8 zone. Everything around it for blocks is R8, and we're changing one lot. Is there not some other way to do this? I guess I'm concerned about the precedents that we set.
Well, because the lots are platted, they don't meet the one exception that there would be otherwise. If they were lots of record, then they could meet the 85%. I think Jason's going to clarify.
Yes, thank you, Jason.
So we have, Carl, in the past, and you've probably been on the commission when we've done this, but we have lots throughout the city.
Jason, we can't hear you very well.
That mic apparently does not work. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So we've had lots throughout the city over time that we do this type of, just for that very reason that there is just some unique circumstance with a lot that doesn't work. And so we have to, change it to an R75 or whatever. The way the general plan is written, anything 7.5 or below is a medium density, even though they're single family lots and will not be built on other than a single family home. There is a different designation for that, but it still is residential. It still fits within the overall scheme or theme of the residential, even though it's an MDR and R75, it's still a single family. But this is not a unique situation. We do that periodically, once or twice a year. You'll see something come forward. Basically, this is the mechanism we have to make that work. And it's up to ultimately the council to decide if that makes sense or not. But that's why they're before you tonight.
And is another issue, we've already talked and discussed this, but that other issue is just the amount of frontage on the street. I mean, it's a big lot, so, or could be considered a big lot. Any other comment? Carl, does that satisfy you as far as?
I guess, I guess my other question might be what, with the meeting, the neighborhood meeting, I was just looking at the concerns.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
I didn't see that when I went through it before.
Carl, while you're looking at that, this is a public hearing, and we could do our 90-second countdown on the public hearing portion of this. And, or Bill, you said you have a comment that, or
I do. Maybe this will address what he's looking at. We had, she mentioned we had probably 12 people. We probably had closer to 20 or 25, but they just signed under one name. So we had a very good turnout from the neighborhood. We held it right at the house. They were able to come inside the house and see what it was we wanted to do. And there was only one person or one couple that did not want to see an R75. Most of the rest of them didn't want to see both lots zoned R75, which really didn't need to be done. That's how it got submitted. But where we're at now, it's just the one lot that's the R75. I have met with all of the neighbors that surround that lot, and really no issues at all with any of the neighbors that are immediately adjacent to that lot. In fact, I can't say that other than the one person that would just like to see it remain R8. Even then, there wasn't what I would call anxiety over it, just a statement. And I understand people feeling that way, and that's kind of where the neighborhood meeting went with it.
Carl, have you had an opportunity then to look at those comments?
Yeah, I think that's basically what Mr. Fairbanks has said, represented by the comments. Okay.
All right, thank you. So have we begun the countdown yet for the 90 seconds?
We just started it.
Okay. Did Ryan, did we have any comments that came in previous to tonight's meeting?
Yes, we have one comment. It's from Devin Rich. And it reads, Bill Fairbanks rezoned from R8 to R7.5 in Sunset Heights. I'm fine with the rezone if the Conrads next door at 760 West, 650 South aren't opposed. I live 3 doors up at 613 South, 800 West. And that's the end of his comment.
Okay.
And so far, that's the only one we've received.
Okay, well.
Mr. Cochran, I don't know if you specifically said that you were opening up a public hearing and.
Yes, we did.
Okay, I must have missed that. I just wanted to make sure that you actually formally opened that up. So
we did, and the countdown has begun. So, and again, anybody in the public who happens to be in attendance can make a comment at orem.org/comments. I did not address that issue about the comments, Steve. So if we need to wait a little longer, we can do that too.
That was the 90 seconds.
Okay.
That was the only comment received.
All right. And so they were fine with the R7.5 as long as Conrad's were fine with it, is what I understand from their email. Okay. There have been no further public comments that have come in, and as much as no one is in attendance at the anchor location, because no one is in attendance at the anchor location, we will close the public hearing portion of this item, and we'll turn it to the council or to the commission for a motion.
This is Barry. I'll make there we go. I can make the motion.
Thank you.
I move the Planning Commission forward a positive recommendation to the City Council to amend Article 22-5-3A and the zoning map of the City of Orem by changing the zone of approximately 0.21 acres from the R8 zone to the R75 zone at approximately 770 West, 650 South. Also amend Chapter 2 Land Use of the Orem General Plan by changing the designation on the land use map of the same acreage from the LDR designation to the MDR designation at approximately 770 West, 650 South.
We have a motion. May we have a second, please?
This is Marisa. I'll second.
Thank you, Marisa. Then to the council then for approval or not. Marisa,
Aye.
Carl,
Aye.
Barry,
Aye.
just in case. Hasem. Okay, Mickey, aye. So it goes forward with the approval of the quorum, unanimous approval of the quorum who are in attendance at tonight's planning commission meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Now, next item on the agenda is, of course, the approval of the minutes. Trying to see, I don't see the agenda in front of me. So when anybody in reviewing the minutes, did you see anything that was that needed a change at all? Okay,
Look good to me.
they did look good. All right, then, if there are no suggestions for any changes, then I will make the motion that we approve the minutes as written. And do I have a second on that?
This is Carl. I'll second that.
Thank you. So we have the motion and a second to the commission. Marisa,
Aye.
Carl,
Aye.
Barry,
Aye.
Mickey, aye. Thank you for that. Now, Mr. Clark.
Not much to report, but happy to see you all in person here shortly in another month. So we appreciate you serving, and we also will have a new planning commissioner before our city council in our next meeting. So we'll have a replacement for Camille coming.
Great, thank you. Then I guess the only thing left to do is a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
You got that, Marisa?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll second that motion. Mickey seconds it. So Marisa,
Aye.
Carl,
Aye.
Barry,
Aye.
Mickey, aye. We are adjourned until 14 days from today, which is May 19th. If we have any items to discuss at that time for the Planning Commission. Again, thank you all. Terry, we look forward to having the city council meeting in person, because that means that right after you guys meet in person, we will be able to meet in person too.
No, it'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, as am I. Thank you all again. We'll see you soon. I'll be down in the morning to sign. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey.